What is happening? My name is Jonathan Dunkerley. You can call me Dunk. And today we're joined by.
What's up, everyone? My name's Alex.
And today we're going to talk about how you could actually get an infinite amount of leads using bots.
My name's Alex.
Oh, I just got a loop. And today we're going to talk about how you could actually get an infinite amount of leads using bots.
Oh my God, that was Alex.
Oh, do you have the screen up? And today we're going to talk about how you could actually get an infinite amount of leads using bots.
Oh my God, that was Alex.
Come on. Oh, you have the screen up. And today we're going to talk about how you could actually get an infinite amount of leads using. Sorry about that.
I thought it was me too.
You or me? I don't even know. It doesn't matter. But thanks again, guys. That's one thing about going live. We got a little bit of audio loop right there. Sorry about that. All right, so we are back at it. And we're going to talk about how you can have infinite amount of leads using bots to actually get leads through lead forms. And right now, I've known, so Chase has actually used these types of strategies, and he's going to be the one that's actually teaching this. And I just wanted to let you guys know, because the price is actually going up in just a little over 2 hours. And I know that Chase never has any kind of like fake urgency. So I would definitely go ahead and just take a look at this. So I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen real quick, just so you could see exactly what I am talking about. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. So what we're going to be talking about today is, you could see how, one second. There we go. We have all of our different different leads that you're going to be able to get through this. And what this does is it actually sends, using a bot, it's going to send send messages to contacts. And if you ever notice, if you ever go to like a website and there's a business, there's a contact form at the bottom of that page. And when you send a message to them, they're typically going to actually get the message. But if you send an email to like a blind email to somebody, like just an email, a cold email to somebody, you're probably going to end up in that spam folder, right, Alex?
Yes, exactly.
So one of the things that you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to take those leads and then use them for whatever you want, either make direct sales, or you're going to be able to also get leads that go into your email list. So you're going to be able to make commissions potentially on the front end, but also get emails and grow your email list. And if you know anything about emails, your email list is basically an asset. And when you have that, if you think about it, the average is about $1 every single hour, or not hour, sorry, month. I wish it was an hour. Every single month that for every single email that you have on your list. So if you're able to go and collect 100 emails a day or whatever from these lead forms, these contact forms, you're going to get basically $100 raise if you actually take action and monetize your email list. So, if you wanted to talk about it real quick, I don't want to take all the fun from you, Alex, but if you wanted to talk about this for just a quick second, and then I'll take back over.
Definitely. Well, what we're doing here is we realize that a lot of people, when we make these YouTube videos, me and Chase, is we go in here and we're like, it's all fun and games talking about, what we can do to get more leads every day. And, going and posting YouTube videos, doing all this stuff. But at the end of the day, a lot of people are shy and they don't really want to be on camera. And that's when we really decided to switch the focus up and actually go start teaching about GSA. Now, we have some free guides online about GSA, but we decided to start running this 6-week boot camp that we've run in the past that basically teaches you everything from start to finish, exactly what you need to do in order to grab free leads without even showing your face or your identity. And that's what this is exactly for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's something that I've usually encountered whenever I'm trying to show somebody what I do, because like I make content, I make live streams, I make video content, but I know that not everybody wants or really will be able to do exactly what we're doing, just because everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. And I know that I really like passive income. And one of the hardest parts about starting a business online, or basically making money online, is getting those leads that are actually high quality leads. And so if you're sending out an email to just a random person, you're not necessarily sure if that's going to be a good lead. And when you are actually contacting businesses that are going to potentially become leads, since they're business owners, they're far more likely to become good leads, very high quality leads, because again, they are business owners. So they're not just some random person that started up a Gmail account. There's somebody that created a business, that has a business that is actually marketing their business. They actually have a landing or a contact form at the bottom of their business. And the bot is actually going to just automatically in your sleep. And you could also do this through a remote server if you don't want to like take up your entire computer all the time. So oh, Shinify, thanks. I'm looking fly. Thank you. I haven't actually been home for like the last 2 months, so I've been like in an attic, and I'm back at my normal setup. So I like to go a little ham whenever I do that. But and also great to see you, George, and great to see you, Millionaire Money Mom. It's great to have you here. Also, forgive me if I mess it up. So is it Josek? Am I saying that right? Let me know if I'm saying that right. It's great to have you here. Also, free AI money. It's awesome to have everybody here and joining us live. So let me go through this a little bit more. And then we also are going to just take a look at our actual a sneak peek about what you're going to potentially get tomorrow, or not what you're potentially going to get, what you're going to get as far as the landing, the actual boot camp. So if you wanted to just take over this for a second, and then we'll go over to the Google sheet, which actually has the breakdown of the boot camp.
Yeah. So the thing about this, right, is setting this up is like, without the proper support, like it's really difficult to get everything figured out and actually set this up for yourself. And that's why we really came in here and we were like, hey, let's run this boot camp. Let's get everyone in the Zoom call and let's say, hey, here's how we're doing this. Here's how we're setting this up. And I want to show you exactly what we're doing to actually get leads. And what's really cool about this is that we actually went in a couple weeks ago just to do a test run, and we were actually able to pull around 15 calendar links. We got 15 people, and not only just regular people, but business owners to actually go in and actually book calls with us. And that was all done in the first 48 hours, right? We sent this test out. We got 48 hours of time, and we got 15 leads and booked calls. And to be honest, like, there's a million ways that you can do this, right? You can get booked calls. You can send them to an affiliate link and more of the lead. You can also go and you can take it and do services with this. There's a million ways you can do this, but just by showing that you can book calls with this system and get these business owners on the hook, I mean, it just shows how valuable it is to go in here and actually learn this for such a little price compared to what you can get.
All right. Sorry, I misread millennial, but I think that millionaires that's more believable. I think I said it right. I'm pretty sure I said it right. And I think that based like what you were saying, Alex, I think that the thing is, like, these are qualified leads more so than just other people, and there's so many ways to monetize them. And I was actually telling you the story earlier when we were chatting about how I took one product on ClickBank, and this was actually in 2020 when we were all in lockdown. I took one product on ClickBank and I promoted it. And actually in my commissions, just not sales, commissions that year on that one product, it was $75,000 from promoting one thing, just one product that wasn't mine, because my average cart size was like $200. So if you find a problem that business owners have, and if it's a digital product, you don't even need to actually have any of the customer service. If they want a refund, they're not going through you. But I was able to do that. And that was just from one YouTube video. And those weren't qualified leads. If you actually have a business that you could contact and give them an offer that's going to solve a problem for them, businesses will pay for that solution. And you're just basically connecting them with the answer. And yeah, they can go and find that product somewhere, but they don't know about it yet. You're going to be able to go and actually tell them about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Millennial. I'm going to call you Millionaire Money Mom from now on. I like it. Yeah, it was $75,000 just from commissions. And that got me through basically the lockdowns of 2020, because I work in film and television, and everything was locked down. There was barely any work for that entire year. And that covered my expenses from that. I made other money besides that, but that was just one ClickBank product. And the thing about ClickBank products and Warrior Plus products, and there's a whole bunch of different other similar types of platforms like that you can go through. Um, uh, One thing that they do is they actually have upsells and downsells in their marketing. So they actually want you to, even though I was marketing a $27 product, which is what you could do, you could sell a $27 product on Warrior Plus or ClickBank or whichever one you're actually using. And they have upsells and downsells. And my average cart size was actually $200. That's what it averaged out to. So even though I was selling a $27 product, enough people bought the upsells and the downsells that my average cart size ended up way more. And I gave a valuable piece of content that solved a problem. And you could do that through emails, especially since you know that these are businesses and you're going to be able to target those particular businesses more effectively. So go ahead.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I just to like, bounce off that and what you said. I mean, I don't think people realize like that was one video that you made all those sales with. And that is, it's crazy, right? And we're talking about like doing contact forms where we're reaching out to millions of businesses. Like, people don't understand, like, you could get 0.01% of people booking calls and you're still going to get a big chunk of people that are interested in whatever you're promoting, right? And guess what? If you don't have people interested, all that means is that you don't have the right offer, right? You might not have it set up right, stuff like that. But really, I mean, this is almost 100% guaranteed that you're going to get free leads in your account just by what we've shown you here and what we are going to show you actually in the bootcamp. Because in the bootcamp, we're going to go over ways to actually generate leads for whatever you want, whether that's affiliate, whether that's generating it for services. We don't know which one we're going to go over yet, but we're going to give you the best way to actually do this. And we're going to be testing it every single day to make sure that we bring new content every single day. So because, again, the calls are Monday, Fridays, 1 p.m. MST. So we have all that time in between during the week to test out new stuff and bring new things that work to you guys.
Yeah, I think that, and again, we were talking about this earlier, Alex, and it's good to learn from people that are actually doing it. And I've known Chase for a couple of years now, and he actually does this. Like, this isn't something that he's just figuring out right now. And just like, he's been doing this for a while. And like I actually, this is me jumping onto it now because I wish that I did earlier. Because in the end, it is leads. It's leads. And when your list is growing, it's just an opportunity for you to get even more leads. So, I mean, like, this, even creating content like this takes time. Like, I can only go live so long. I can only upload so many pieces of content. I could only, even if I generated shorts, for instance, with any kind of like automated tool, I can only post so many times a day before I'm just basically doing a 24-hour live. Even if I did a 24-hour live, which I've done before, there's only so much time in the day that you could do that. And if you're doing that, it's usually going from your computer. I'm just going to go over to this tab real quick. This is a sneak peek of what's going to go on. And this is the kind of the what you're going to get when you actually sign up, which if you do want to sign up, there's a link in the description and the pinned comment on this live stream on YouTube. And if you look at this, you're going to be able to also set up a remote server so you can, oh, it looks like we're wearing matching shirts. We
Yeah.
totally planned that. It was,
Yeah.
we're basically like twinsies,
Yeah.
So a point is that you're going to be able to set this up remotely. So it's constantly doing this in the background on a remote server when you're asleep, when your computer is turned off, when you're not at home. Like, I don't want to have my computer completely occupied by this 24/7, and I don't want to start losing leads when I just hit the when I need to do something else on my computer. So I don't want to pick or choose. So the point is that you're going to be able to start collecting leads on a private server that you're going to be able to set up. And part of the boot camp is like, actually, if you take action on things on boot camps and you actually do the thing, it's more than just going to a boot camp and showing up. You got to do the homework. You got to actually do the work. So if you take the steps and actually do it, like, go and set up your server and go and set up the contact forms, go do the different things. Get your proxies, because you don't want it to look like you're sending it from the same computer. If you know what a proxy is, it means every computer basically has an IP address, and you could actually change that to look like you're sending it from a bunch of different computers, even though it's coming from one. And then there's things like customer.ai. If you don't know what that is, it used to be called a Mobile Monkey, and it's evolved into what I think is a much better tool. But it puts something called a pixel on your page, and then when somebody actually goes to the page, you get the lead, even if they don't opt in the traditional way. So they just need to go onto the page, and then the lead gets put into your email sequence, which means that even though those people aren't necessarily entering in their email address, you're going to get a lead, which then you could warm them up in your email sequence. So again, this is the real like value here, is growing your email list in your sleep without actually having to make content. Now, I'm not saying you don't have to, you could still make content, but why would you not want to have additional leads? You can grow your content by actually having a bigger email list. You could, like this live stream, I'd be able to send a bunch of more people to my live streams because I am actually growing my email list, which that is the true asset. I don't own my YouTube channel. Google does. And if you think about it, Alphabet, who owns Google, if you stream to YouTube or Facebook, that's Meta. Instagram, that's Meta. X, that's X or whatever.
Yeah. Before you actually continue with that,
Mhm.
I actually want to pitch in there. For one, I actually sent you something very private on your phone, so you want to go check that when you get a chance. And then actually, sorry, I had a cough. But anyway, I'm actually going to share my screen because I want to show you guys that we're actually doing this right now. That right there, the sheet you just saw, is the beginner sheet. Like that is the sheet that you're going to see when you first get in, right? But that is not exactly the full sheet that you're actually going to go through and actually get access to, because we have a private sheet that we're working on later that we're going to release to our group tomorrow. And essentially, we are going to go through an extended sheet that goes through everything that you need, including like the ways to get traffic, all the stuff like that. But I'm going to share my screen. Can you guys see my screen all right?
I could share it right now. Let me just share it.
You can share it.
Mine.
Sweet.
All right.
So you
Oh,
guys can see my screen. If we go over here, he wasn't kidding. We're running this right now, right? This is GSA on our private server,
mhm.
running. We're running this like all night, 24/7. And the reason we're doing this is to test out and make sure that you guys know what you're doing when we actually get into boot camp, right? This is the official server where we're actually going through and sending all the tests so that we know exactly what we are actually going to tell you guys, right? This is
Mhm.
not like something that we're just going to tell you to go do it and it's not going to work, right? This is something that we want to actually test it out beforehand, go ahead and show that what we're doing is actually working, and we want to show the results that we've gotten in the past, right? Like we're actually going on and getting on these calls. We're going to show you guys in the actual boot camp how to actually sell and actually make money from this, right? So obviously you have the upfront investment, and yes, it is, you're going to have that upfront investment, of course, but in order to actually get this information, we can't just give it away for free, or else we'll have people that actually don't take action and you have no skin in the game. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
And one thing that I'm going to bring up my screen again, just so you know, go to the landing page, go to the sales page, and know that this isn't fake scarcity. There's a countdown. And if you did want to jump in on this, like, I wish that I was learning this, years ago when I knew that Chase was doing this before. And, that was like a limiting thing in my mind. And I want to encourage you to get past the thing that was holding me back in the past, to do that before. Because if I actually took action on that a long time ago, I'd be farther along. I still get leads from things. And I wish that I was actually taking action on this a long time ago. So think the way I would look at this type of thing is an investment in yourself. So if you did want to do this type of thing and you wanted to get leads in your sleep and actually have like hand holding and a group of people that are going to make sure, let me be perfectly clear. This is not going to be some magical thing where it's going to be done for you. You need to put in the work. You need to do the work. You need to actually do it like you do. So like it's not going to be done for you. But if you are given the template in order to get it done, then like, and then you have somebody to be able to ask when there's a question. Hey, how do I do this? Hey, I got stuck here. What do I do? As long as you're willing to go and do it, you're going to be set up to have the same exact results as the other people are doing it. I mean, you can never guarantee any results, but I'm going to say like you're going to have the best opportunity to have results just by taking action. If you don't do it, I guarantee that you're going to have this much results. I can guarantee that those are results I can guarantee. If you do nothing, you're going to have zero results. That's something I can 100% tell you.
You know, and what's crazy about this is like, obviously nothing is 100% guaranteed, but with this, if you're running it correctly, I mean, there's really not a way that you're not going to get leads out of this, right? Like for example, we also promote Customers AI a lot. Um, with Customers AI, like you get free 500 leads because you can literally attach a tracking pixel to a website or your domain, for example, and you can actually track those leads that don't even put any information in. So you can also use that to your advantage as well. And that's also on the checklist. And I'm sure that's on Jonathan's checklist as well. Basically giving you free leads and free emails that you can add to your email list. And like Jonathan was saying in the beginning, I mean, these emails are worth, for the qualified ones, they're worth up to like $1 a lead. So you're pretty set if you just keep at this. You're going to have lows, you're going to have highs, you're going to have points where, you don't do as well. But as long as you're growing the email list, the emails aren't just going to disappear. You're going to keep growing that and you're going to be able to sell to a bigger audience.
And one thing that I think a lot of people, the limiting mindset that a lot of people have is they think, oh, I can't write those emails. I can't express how much AI can actually help you do this. Like it could help you write good emails, find like the types of emails that you like, train a custom GPT or a project in chat GPT to help you write and create a templatized version of it. Then all you need to do is say, this is the product that I want to promote. And it's going to basically output all the emails that you need. And then you just copy and paste it into your autoresponder, like go high level. It's really that easy. Like, I mean, it's insane how much can be automated now that used to, I mean, copywriting used to be $100,000 like a year expense for businesses. You have to hire somebody, and then that copywriter would be able to claim multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars from different people they're writing copy for. Now, all you need is a $20 subscription to ChatGPT. Like, no joke, $20 replaces a $100,000 expense every single year. So the fact that you could do that is just mind blowing. And it just removes so many excuses that people could have. So now that you have those leads and you're going to be able to generate them like this, it really increases your possibility of being able to convert those leads into customers, however it goes. And again, I mentioned you don't even need to sell your own things because we have affiliate products. You don't need to have any customer service because we have affiliate products. And then if you have recurring affiliate products, it's going to sell over and over and over and over again, right? And one thing I wanted to point out, and I think this is something that a lot of people don't realize about this types of things, you could even do payments, for instance. So if you wanted to say, hey, I can't afford the price of these types of things, of like 297, I appreciate that that's a big expense. But this could make you that money back. Remember, there's no guarantee. It depends on your effort and how much you put into it. But there's different options on how you could potentially do this. So I just want to point out that these are options that you could have. Like you could pay as low as $28 a month, or here's four payments split up into four with no interest-free payment. So if you say, hey, I can't afford that all in one chunk, well, if you put in the work, you could potentially be making that back before you've even paid more than the first payment. So just think about that. There's how could you make this work? But again, you will make that expense, but you do need to put in the work because this is selling knowledge. And if you don't put that knowledge to work, you're still not going to get anything. So I encourage you to look at this and really consider this because these are leads that are just going to keep on printing as long as you put in the work to set up the system.
Yeah. And, I don't want to dive too deep into, the pricing and stuff and, you sitting here and saying, hey, you need to get this. But what I am going to say is, what we've realized from offering everything for free, which is what we've been doing for a while now, is a lot of people just kind of sit around, right? They have no skin in the game. They have nothing to worry about, other than, maybe their situation that they're in. But the problem is when you have no skin in the game, you don't value it as much as you should, right? And so when we sit here and we could say, hey, we're going to hop on a Zoom call, we're going to hop on a weekly call or 2 weekly calls for free, which is what we've been doing. The problem is no matter what we do, we'll come back to the next call and nobody will actually do the homework for that last call, right? It's not that we want to charge, and it's not that, it's going to actually be that way. And, it's just the fact that if you have skin in the game and you actually are paying for something that you're actually going to work towards getting that thing done, right? So, I'd really recommend you guys taking a look at this. But other than that, I mean, you know, that's it.
Yeah. So I guess we'll probably wrap it up. We'll keep this as a short live. We just wanted to make sure people know that there is this countdown. So if you are going to take action and you've made that decision, I would say make sure that you take action before the price goes up. And there will be other increases. So if you say I can't do it right now, that's part of the reason why I was pointing out that there is like options to do this. So if you don't end up wanting to say I can't afford the 300, well, there is an option to split it up into 4 payments with no interest. So that will actually cost more if you wait another 2 hours or an hour and 46 minutes. So I mean, like, do whatever is best for you. Do whatever's best for you, but just make sure that if this isn't the right thing, do what's right for you. But you need to start doing something. And the fact that you're going to be able to make leads, get leads that could potentially be put into your email sequence, because the email sequence is the asset. And as you grow those emails, you could potentially, I'm going to say potentially because we don't know, actually turn them into hot leads. And I could vouch for this. I've been on people's email lists for years. And sometimes I don't buy from them right away. But there's been people that I haven't bought from for years that then I end up buying years later. So you never know, as long as these people stay active in your ecosystem, that they could become amazing, like super fans as you grow your ecosystem. So I guess we'll wrap it up on that. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Alex?
I mean, not really, right? I'm gonna actually. I mean, for hot leads wise, right? Obviously, there's never any guarantees in life. It all depends on how hard you work. With this, I think it's a little more lenient on what you do and what you can accomplish with this. Because I mean, if we go in here and you actually listen to like what Chase has to say, what Ryan has to say, if he's in this boot camp, um, you're going to come out with some sort of result because I mean, if you go through, you're going to set up GSA, you're going to get the contact forms, you get all that stuff. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to start getting leads no matter what, right? People are going to start clicking on links. People are going to start responding. And, that's all you need, right? Because things like customers AI will take care of, they don't need to put in their information, if you have them respond, and you have them actually active in the conversation, you can add them as lead. Hey, this is a business owner, right? Add it to the high level, right? There's many ways you can do this, but no matter what you do, you're spending the money, but you're getting the information to basically get unlimited leads. And that is fourth why, it's called the infinite lead system. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all that is in. But this boot camp's running for 6 weeks, right? Do I recommend you get in now? Of course, right? Because again, the price is going to raise in the next 2 hours. So I would recommend getting in as soon as possible. Because you don't want to wait a couple weeks where the price maybe doubles, right? And now you're missing out on the boot camp because you didn't actually get in when it was actually at that lower price. So I would just obviously think about it. And honestly, if you think it's great for you and you want infinite leads, go ahead and get in the boot camp.
And before we go, I just wanted to point out in the comments, we had a George that pointed out that he's been doing this the old school way. This is not a new thing. This is something that people do all the time. I get these messages all the time. I get people that message me through my YouTube email address. I get people that message me on my page. I get these things. So it's not a new strategy. The point is about doing it automatically. And then of course, George, you're right. This is way better because you could do it in your sleep. And that's the really cool thing. And then Chase, you pointed out, you can do 10 to 20. It's whatever you're able to do manually. But when you use AI and you're using tools like this to automatically do it and automate it, smart automations, you're going to be able to get way more, like thousands within minutes versus 10 to 20. You can still get results, but being able to do it in automations is just way better.
George, it's actually crazy because, I like what Chase said, that's what, 10 to 20 forms an hour, right? I mean, think about it. Since he started talking about your comment, right? We've probably sent 10,000 of that, right? So how many hours are you putting in, right? Let's think about how much time or how much money does your time cost, right? We basically just did, whatever 10, 20 hours of your work in the span of literally 5 seconds, and all it costs you is literally you're saving all that money an hour, right? Because we're doing it so much faster. And you said you've been doing it for the manual way forever. I mean, you're literally saving so much money by even getting in this boot camp if you're already in. So good stuff.
Exactly. So I guess we'll leave it at that. But I agree with you, millennial money mom. But I like millionaire money mom better because it's more. Yeah. But I agree with you. Yeah, manifestation. Manually, you could do anything manually. You can do anything manually, but sometimes when you just automate it, you're going to be able to just scale so much better. And I always point this out, like AI, all it is smart automations. That's all that AI is. And if you're able to automate something, you're just going to be able to scale. And if you're just doing it yourself, you're limited to how much you could do in a day. But if you could clone yourself a bunch of times with things like AI or automations, smart automations, then you're going to be able to you're actually going to be able to scale. And now you don't have to hire new employees to scale. You just automate. It's just a beautiful thing. So I think we'll leave it at that, right? Alex, is there anything else you wanted to put, or we wrap it up?
Nope, that is pretty much it. I just realized my Mac was at 3%, so that's why I'm running around.
All good. I guess that's the sign. So
Definitely.
again, I'd say if this is right for you and you want to take action on that, I'd consider that the price is going to go up in an hour and 41 minutes right now. But if it's not, just know that this is something that's available, that's out there, that you could potentially take advantage of in the future. So again, thank you everybody. And we'll chat with everybody next time, and we'll see you in the Discord.
Of course. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out. Bye.